Welcome to the Cybele Health podcast, where we share science backed tools and expert insights to empower women's health and elevate their lives. Welcome, everyone, to this new episode of Cybele Health podcast. Today, we have an incredible guest, Jyothi, with us. She is an accomplished founder and entrepreneur, has left an incredible mark on the educational technology landscape as the driving force behind Futurebytes, a pioneering educational technology company. She has revolutionized the way children learn and engage with artificial intelligence. On her classes and on her camps, she engages students with robotics and coding, provides students with in-person and online camps, classes and workshops, competition trainings, and lots of events. All of these are designed to foster a love of learning in children and equip them with essential skills for evolving digital world. Thank you and welcome, Jyothi, to our podcast.
Thank you so much, Ella. Thank you for having me here.
As I was reading your bio, I was fascinated by the impact that you're going to have on the future generation. And, technology and AI is everywhere. So it's really important to equip and educate our children early on. So I want to know, how was your entrepreneurial journey stepping into this world?
Yep. I've been working as assistant professor back in India, imparting knowledge to graduate students across various engineering disciplines. For the past 20 years, education has been a cornerstone of my professional journey. And due to my husband's professional commitments, in 2015, we moved to Silicon Valley. Then I recognized there is a compelling opportunity to continue engage with the field where I have been already part of. But I did not have work permit then when I came in here. So I took all the volunteer roles I can, as judge, as referee, as whatever the role came, in children's science, robotics, robotics competitions. There, I got the opportunity of closely observing how kids are working, how depth their learning processes are, and the strategic approach to the problem they're facing, and how they're coming up with the creative solutions. Those are very valuable insights. And then I did a lot of research about the available resources, and I did competitor analysis in the field. That was not sufficient. And then when my son started kindergarten in a charter school where their parent participation is a mandatory thing there, so I'm responsible to work at least 3 hours a week along with the teacher in the classroom to teach young learners in a small group. So I really loved that opportunity, and that's when I had the opportunity to conduct comprehensive research on the strategies how to teach STEM programs to young learners. So I took almost 1 year of learning process and learning time for myself and the research. So from all these insights, I have launched Futurebytes once I got the work permit at the end of 2017. I launched Futurebytes in 2018 with the goal of teaching young learners, indulging and fostering innovation, creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, to a broader community.
Awesome. I love that. So stepping into a world that you have had any experience on that, I'm sure you have faced lots of ups and downs.
Yes.
And having resilience to push towards all of that difficult moments is something that, with no doubt, every entrepreneur should have. So my next question is that, how did you gain that resilience to
Mm-hmm.
overcome those challenges?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say resilience is a fundamental trait for any human entrepreneur because as entrepreneurs, we face distinct challenges while we're building and sustaining our businesses. And there are so many aspects like we have to navigate gender bias, we have to adapt to the uncertainty. Business landscapes are very dynamic, and we have to advocate for inclusivity, equity. Being resilient is the only thing helps to overcome all these obstacles, turn them as opportunities to prove our capability and build our credibility. And we have to be flexible, we have to embrace our challenges, and we have to learn from our setbacks and turn them into um, innovative solutions to sustain our businesses. I would say it's not about overcoming obstacles. Resilience is not about overcoming, it's about, in spite of those challenges, growing with them and inspiring others to do the same.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say I'm the first entrepreneur in my family, and I do not have any idea.
Right.
I do not have business degree.
Right.
You can understand like how
Sure.
absolute beginner might have faced the number of challenges.
Right, right.
I know you're in tech as well, right? So
Yes.
you're ex-Googler, I believe.
I
And
said Apple, but
Apple, yeah. Apple. And you know, like leaving that job and coming into entrepreneurship, and there will be a lot many challenges.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So, you know, for my work, when I go to different social media platforms and I see people talking about all of the good things that happen to them, all the success stories and all of that, and nobody talks about failures, the challenges, the setbacks. So I really want to tap on that, and I want to share that and celebrate even our failures,
Yes,
because it's
yes.
not failure, it's a lesson learned toward
Yeah.
your success. So going back into really the early days, what was different kind of challenges in kind that you were facing, and then what made you to go through that, and then cruise into that, and then succeed?
Yes. Initially, when I have launching is very easy,
Sure.
but finding a place where to start, that was the problem. So I do not have funds. So I rented a very small room in the church place, and where my younger son is going to the school there, they have so many classrooms, and I shared my idea of doing things with the principal over there, and the pastor of the church is woman and the principal is woman. There are all women over there,
Right.
and they really liked the way I'm approaching and my mission. They believed on me, and they gave me the space for free.
Nice.
So I have started forming a small group of children. First, I would say my family and my friends believed in me. They have sent me their children to take the first class.
Sure. Yeah.
They helped me to establish everything. And yes, I started like that, and I formed a first Lego League team where I have trained all these young students, all are 5-6 year old, and took them to participate in a competition. Even that's my first time taking them to the competition. I have volunteered in many roles, taking them to the competition, and it was very successful. And seeing the other teams and other peers, everything, the families were very motivated as well. And then I started approaching to, as a vendor, I approached my older son's charter school. They gave me the opportunity to start classes over there. And then the first summer camp came in 2019. I don't know where kids came from. It was very successful in the first time itself. But as I said, the question relevant here is the failure, right? Just right before starting the summer camp, I have posted so many free events. all of the events were usually booked in 1 or 2 days, but nobody would show up.
Oh,
You know,
right.
and we have so many, we spent so many hours, a lot of preparation and bringing everything and setting up there. So I have seen so many events were not, I just got one student, two students like that. Literally, I cried in at few moments. Like, and my partner, he is my mentor as well. He is the one who motivated me to think differently, to try different ways. So he always used to encourage me, no, you're not doing this for money or anything. You have the backup. I really want you to try. It's okay. It's okay. We have learned something from this failure. Let's try next. Let us see how things goes. That's how he used to motivate me. And then at the moment, our summer camp was successful. Like loads and loads and loads of children came for that first summer camp, and we got the best business award in the first year itself from Activity Hero,
Nice.
where millions of families search for the camps over there. Those are women founders, and that platform is really good for searching for any activity for that matter for children. So we got the best business award. Like, what's happening now? I was very confident. Then how COVID hit in 2020. Now I was, do you know, like I have already leased a space in 2020. I signed the lease on March 4th, and on March 15th was the lockdown.
Oh, wow.
Imagine, I wrote the lease for 3 years.
Right.
But the landlord was incredibly amazing, and he said, I know you are a woman entrepreneur, you are starting to settle down, it's okay. I'll just waive off the lease. I just want you to use the space how much ever time you want to. I just want you to save the money. Don't pay anything extra, just use for 3 months.
Wow.
And just you can go away. So
Amazing.
there are so many amazing people help me on the way. And not only that, even though I was the one who is wearing all the hats, curriculum design, managing things, finance, taxes, teaching, everything. That's how I started. So there were so many setbacks, like, you know, even though we tried very hard to impress the curriculum and everything, I got so many negative feedbacks as well. And few are very genuine, which I took and improvised on it. And few, like, somebody came up like, oh, by seeing this course name, we thought there would be soldering. My son was disappointed. There is no soldering in the class. He's disappointed. I didn't feel happy about it. And the child is 5-year-old. Soldering? No, yeah. So people didn't understand the description not well. But yeah, I took everything, like the positive feedback and the negative feedback, and I'm very respectful to the feedback till now. Even though we have expanded, no, feedback is the stepping stone, and that's the cornerstone of Futurebytes, I would say. That's how we are progressing, I would say.
Sure.
So there are a lot of things like this, and especially being a small business owner, I do not have partner till now. I'm self-funding. Whatever the money we're getting in, I'm just refund. Just self-funding. So there are so many financial setbacks as well to acquire a full-time location for us. Finally, it happened in 2022, where I have converted Futurebytes into an LLC. Then we found a full-time space in Santa Clara. That's our main location, I would say. And now we're in San Jose, we're in Cupertino.
Nice.
And the first quarter of 2025, we're launching in Fremont as well.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's good. So you mentioned on wearing different hats at the same time, and that's definitely one of the absolute requirements for being an entrepreneur. But let's don't forget that as a woman, we have family, we have kids. You mentioned you have kids too. How did you manage work, very consuming, demanding work, with your personal life?
Yeah, it's a balancing act which needs a lot of flexibility, supportive mindset. We need a lot of planning for this. It's a very delicate balancing act. There are so many strategies I'm still following. I'm still working out with few things like setting up the boundaries for the family time and the professional time. Sometimes I fail in there. I do from whenever I get time, I'll be on work. But now it took some time for me to practice and setting up those boundaries. And now that is helping me a lot. And then delegating the household chores and training our kids to be independent. I was not independent when I'm a child, but I trained my children very well to be independent. So they support me in several ways. And using the technology, we have so many tools available now to save time, online deliveries and meeting schedulers, virtual meetings. There are so many things due to the AI, so we have so many advancements. So I use a lot of tools for that, and we need to be very mindful of our mental health.
Definitely.
Self-care is very important in balancing this. So I'm aware of that. I'm doing that as well. I would say by following all these strategies and this structure, um, we can do best at both balancing our professional life and the family time, not compromising for one for the other.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Um, so you mentioned a couple of things that I just want to tap on. One is setting boundaries. It's really important, even if you are not an entrepreneur, even you are working at a corporate or other office locations. It's really important to set boundaries for your work, for your personal life, and even for yourself. Self-care, as you mentioned, mental health can surprise you time to time.
Yes.
And that's our mission at Cybele Health, to provide that platform specifically for women, because we've been historically very caregivers to everybody. Sometimes it's hard to remember that you have to care for yourself too. Sometimes it feels selfish, or different things. So I really love that you touched up on that. So going back to your business and educating children on different aspects of life, including equip them with the skills that they need for their grown-ups. How do you think it's important to start early? And at which age do you think children can start learning coding, AI, and those things?
Yeah, that's a very important question. And actually, young learners are very curious. They want to try and explore new things. It's really important to motivate them, preparing them with that mindset so that they can be lifelong learners by indulging, fostering creativity and problem solving in the young minds. So there are so many strategies for that, like let them be curious, let them ask so many questions. Talk to them like how how this might have happened. Is there a better way to fix it? So all these open-ended questions helps them, sparks the creativity in them, and then hands-on play. There are so many things out there, AI toys and so many robotic kits. Uh, you know, Legos, building blocks. So they really help them with the spatial awareness and the logical reasoning. And let them explore the real world. Let them fix a small machine sitting beside the parent and ask them, is there any different way? Is there any different solution you're thinking? And most important thing is trial and error. Students need to learn. Failure is part of learning. So let them fail. Let them try to overcome that without fear, without criticism. So then that builds them and trains them trains them the perseverance in them, so that they can understand that failure is part of learning.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And not only that, by encouraging them, uh, by reading STEM books, and there are so many animated stories, by reading them and by showing them. And I would say the most important thing is show them a role model, like who are, we have so many role models. So if we tell them like the, these are the particular things this person achieved, so they love to hear the stories, and they can think like, oh, there is something I can do the same way. So by following all of this, we have to, I believe, being in the education field and my own experience, I believe starting early helps children to be more creative and more confident, and they feel like I can be part of this technology, I can contribute to this technology when I grow up.
Nice.
Yeah.
How early? Like at which age we can start, and like for example, what is the first activity at the earliest age that you would recommend that could be a good start?
Yes, that's very important question. We can start as early as 5. So let me explain few things here about Futurebytes. The name itself, bytes, you might have understood like bits and bytes of information. So we are futuristic information. We are fostering byte by byte. That's how we came up with the name. And in our logo, the background is ones and zeros falling, and
Nice.
our campers wear t-shirts by us like ones and zeros, a flow of ones and zeros over there. So we have, in our terminology, I would say kilobytes are the young learners, megabytes are the next level, and gigabytes are the intermediate learners. So that's how we categorized our curriculum.
Sure. Yeah.
So the early learners are from 5 to 7. We just need to introduce them to different kits we have available in the market, like Lego education. Lego, when I say Lego, Lego is not a toy for playing. Lego education, in collaboration with MIT, they have launched so many educational kits where there are smart things, all the sensors, so the kids can put together the general Lego structures with the smart hub, which works with the Bluetooth, and then all the sensors, whatever the structure they're building, they can code. And you might be asking again, what do you mean by coding at 5-year-old? There are different coding languages that for 5-year-old we call it as icon coding. It just, the symbols, student no need to have the reading capability, that's their vision is itself enough, so they can see and identify, oh, this is the direction, this way we have to move the motor, or the other way.
So
The
they're
sensor
just
symbol.
symbols. They're
Yes,
just
they are
symbols. They
just
drag
simple.
and drop it
Drag and drop them
in their device.
in their
Okay,
device.
okay.
The smart hub will be connected to the tablet or laptop, whatever they're using Bluetooth connection. And then whatever the icons, they're just dragging and dropping together. When they click the start button, they get to see whatever the structure they built moving around,
Nice.
acting smartly.
Is
with
this
the
the
sensors.
app and a device that comes
Yes.
with it? So we have
Yes.
to buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are so many kits available in lego.com, and it's especially we would thank MIT and the Lego education, like they're doing so much, the lifelong kindergartner group in MIT, they're mainly focusing on the scratch came from a lifelong kindergarten group over there. So they're really bringing the platforms which are beneficial for the kids from very young age. We have the Scratch Junior, 4 and up are using that.
Okay.
So there are so many platforms, there are so many ways to introduce to the beginners. And it's just a puzzle which can introduce them the problem solving skills. And we have so many interactive robots, like how this interaction is happening, like what is sensor, how many sensors we do have, like are you seeing any of the same in this robot? How is this happening? What are the camera sensors for the robot? What are the microphones for the robot? So that's how we can introduce from everything from our real life, like or even the coding. After the icon coding, the second step will be the sequential coding, where we can, that is the scratch block coding, where each block can be attached to each other, and everything is guided. It's not that they need somebody to learn. Everything is guided procedure. For one particular task, 2 or 3 directional statements will be there. Kids feel very excited. They feel accomplished by seeing how their code is coming into the real life. So 5 to 7 are the early age.
So 5 to 7 and the Lego education on MIT. This is a really good chit chat for holiday presents, for Christmas present. Let's do something. And we have the office school is off. Parents have to spend some time. What a wonderful idea to build something to start that experience of teaching our children, especially like 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old. I'll have to try it. With entering into the AI, and I totally agree with you that children are very interested and very actually smart too these days. Interacting with AI. Last year I did only one session kind of presentation in my daughter's classroom in 2nd grade, talking about AI, and they were so fascinated they asked me to come again. And I got so many messages from their parents that kids love that presentation. So it's really good to start that early. And then so first level is 5 to 7, and then what's the next?
The second level is 8 to 10, where they can interact with the block coding, the scratch coding. There are several coding platforms like code.org. They're the non-profit. They're helping the whole world.
Code.org.
Code.org.
Code.org. All right.
Yeah. So there are it's like the coding and robotics AI helps the children seeing the transformative, their imaginations can be transformed into the real tangible solutions. So they feel very excited. So all these platforms are helping children to transform their ideas. And yes, and coming to the kids, we have several advanced kits for that particular age group, where they can build actual structures. It can be a humanoid, or it can be a car, or anything which has several sensors, distance sensor, motion sensor, GPS sensor, everything. So it's really easy to correlate with the real world, how all these autonomous cars are moving around. So see how everybody comes up with, oh, my dad has Tesla, we have that feature in there, this feature in there. Yes, that's the same sensor we're having here.
Yes.
So they feel so connected to it.
Sure, that's really good to connect what they are learning to what the early everyday life experience they have.
So yeah, and even the teaching methodology we follow is very grounded, and it's related to our general life. So especially for the young learners, we will teach everything from around the world, like what is sequence. Sequence is just following the instructions. So just give me a few instructions for me to go touch the wall and come back. They'll just give a few instructions. Then our instructors will ask the question like, can we do the last one first? No, you're going to hit to the wall. No. Yeah. So you understand that we have to follow a sequence of step-by-step procedure. So that's how we introduce sequence to them. Like, and then repeating things forever. So we can ask like, what are the things you're repeating every day? They'll come up with so many things, from brushing, from getting up, from breathing, everything. So yeah, that's how we're doing. We can repeat things, and are you doing anything forever? So we introduced the concept of forever. So that's how we introduce the everything, and if else condition. What if? If if there is rain, you're going to carry umbrella. Otherwise, are you? No. If not, what are you doing? So that's how, for the younger learners especially, everything, the basics will connect with the real world, where they can be part of. They can answer everything, so they feel like, oh, we already know everything. We just need to follow and do. So that's how they feel. They feel very confident and start.
It feels
jumping.
so easy, so
Easy,
they gain
yeah.
confidence to do that.
Yes.
Awesome. So, how do you see the future of your company, Futurebytes, and the impacts of it, especially on our children and next generation?
That's a very important question. So coming to the impact first, we have already created positive impact on thousands of Anglo learners in the Bay Area. We have collaborated with so many schools, and we're doing so many outreach programs to be with the community. And recently I have initiated a scholarship program on STEM, International STEM Day on November 8th. We have announced $50,000 of scholarship for the girls
Amazing.
in underserved communities to attend our week-long camps for free. So yeah, so being a woman entrepreneur, it's my social responsibility, and to encourage all the girls towards STEM. And I took this initiative by seeing the numbers from past 6 years. We have, like, first year we had only 10% of girls coming to our camps. I did few programs only for girls, then increased the girls enrollment, and now after all these years, still I would see only 33% of girls taking the STEM camps and everything. So I took the initiative, and I'm planning to continue the same. Yeah, and now coming to the Futurebytes. So next 5 years, I have clear goals set up. As I said, as of now, I'm the solo, and I do not have partner. And then I have a roadmap to involve and invite women to be part of my organization in different roles. Team helps.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I have 10 employees working for me. They're all independent contractors. They're the one who teaches in different schools and at our locations and everything. So now I'm ready to invite more partners, because without team, we cannot spread our wings. So my goal in 5 years is to be one of the global leaders of STEM education, especially to launch Futurebytes in India and in underserved communities in India. That's where I came from. And we want to conduct workshops in international conferences. And I have one more clear vision, that train the educators. Yeah, we want to train and equip all the educators in STEM, so that it can be part. STEM learning should not be separate, it can be part of the classroom.
I love the idea.
learning.
I love the idea.
Yeah, so
I love the fact that you are using your platform to close the gender gap,
yes.
Especially in STEM engineering in general. This is also something that I felt, going to the college, sitting in an engineering classroom, then, working as an engineer in a big corporate. I definitely love that. I love the fact that you are giving back to your original community and focusing on underdeserved. And I also love that you are starting an initiative to make that part of the classroom, because yes, engineering mindset is building into our daily lives, and also everything that we do around it. If you have that engineering mindset to optimize things, to make things better, to automate things, it will have so many good impacts. Thank you so much. It was really great talking to you. And then, do you have any, for the holiday seasons, do you have any special workshop or class?
Yes, we have 4 weeks from December 16th to 10th of January, we have across all of our locations, we have AI camps, and we have Lego Robotics, Rex Robotics. We
Right.
have all the camps open.
Is it
for this
online or
holiday
in
season.
person?
As of now, only in person.
Mm-hmm.
And we're planning to launch online classes as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So for all the parents who are looking for camps either online or in person here in the Bay Area, she has 3 locations in Cupertino, San Jose, and Santa Clara. You can use that or check out their website. We'll post the link below to see if they launch online camps. You can sign up your children and start the 2025 with AI. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure. I really enjoyed our discussion. If you have any final words.
Thanks a lot, Sarah, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. This is it. This episode of Cybele Health. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, take care of yourself.